Good morning, children. Welcome to the English class once again. I am sure you must be learning things, you must be revising everything. You have done so many chapters in English, and I am very sure that you are doing your written work. Please keep learning everything, also, children. Don't keep everything for the last minute. Keep on revising things, keep reading the chapters so that you can get your doubts cleared when the school reopens. Now, today we will start a new chapter, bringing up Kari. As I had told you that you should read the chapter, I am sure you must have read it by now at least once. This chapter is about an elephant. An elephant who is strong, who is intelligent, who obeys instructions, who obeys commands of his friend, and how he saves the life of a boy, how he obeys or disobeys instructions, how he steals bananas. We will read everything in detail about this elephant, which is being talked about in this lesson, bringing up Kari. Now, as I did earlier, I will read the paragraph and I will keep telling you the word meanings. I will keep explaining the paragraphs, and at the end I will discuss some question answers with you. I will give you some questions to do, and please remember that you have to do this question in your supplementary part of the copy. This is the second chapter of your supplementary reader, so you will do these question answers of this chapter in the supplementary part of your English copy. You have divided your copy into two parts. I am sure you must have done it by now because you are doing the written work of various other things also. The first half of the copy is for reader and the second half of the copy is for supplementary reader. So this chapter question answers you will do in supplementary reader part of the copy. Let us begin the chapter. I will explain the chapter simultaneously and I will keep telling you the word meanings. The word meanings will help you to remember things, to understand things, and to understand the chapter well. Bringing up Kari. Kari, a 5-month-old baby elephant. Keep paying attention to every minute detail which I am reading. Kari, a 5-month-old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. 9-year-old friend and keeper. The keeper is that person who owns the elephant, who keeps the elephant in this lesson. So this chapter is about Kari, who is 5-month-old. It is a baby elephant, 5-month-old, and lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. Before I proceed with the chapter, if you have pet animals at home, you must have observed that they also follow your instructions, they love you, they entertain you, you also love them, you train them so that whatever commands you give them they should follow. But sometimes if they disobey the commands, then you scold them like we scold children in our house. Then you give different things to eat. Different animals have different eating habits, they eat different things. So if you own a pet animal, you take care of every big and small thing related to that animal. So in this chapter also we will read about the keeper of the elephant, who is not a very big man. He is not an aged person, but he is a 9-year-old boy. He becomes the friend of Kari. And how old is Kari? Kari is just 5-month-old baby elephant. Kari doesn't eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs a day. What is a twig? very tiny and delicate branches of the trees. Soft, delicate branches of trees are called twigs. So, how much does Kari eat? The writer says that Kari does not eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs a day. If we listen to 16 kilograms, we will think that, oh my god, 16 kilograms is too much. But for an elephant, 16 kilograms is nothing. Playful and sensitive, Kari saves a boy from drowning. Now let us begin the chapter and see what Kari does. Kari, the elephant, was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. Who is me? Me is the keeper of the elephant, or you can say the friend of the elephant talked about in this lesson. And how old is this me? How old is the keeper? 9-year-old. Kari the elephant was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. What is tiptoe? Tiptoe means to stand on your toes or to walk on your toes. Here it is not walking, it is just standing. Standing on your toes is tiptoe. So the writer is saying, the keeper is saying, I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. That means the elephant, although it was not a very big elephant, but still it was so big that if the keeper wanted to stand or reach on his back, he had to stand on his toes. He seemed to remain that high for nearly 2 years. The height of the elephant Kari was the same as it is talked about in the starting of the chapter for 2 years. For 2 years, he did not grow bigger. We grew together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. We grew together. Who are we? Kari and his friend, keeper. Kari and his friend both grew together, and that is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. Both were growing together, so his friend, the 9-year-old boy, did not bother to find out much how tall Kari was becoming. How tall he was. He lived in a pavilion. He lived in a pavilion means he lived in an open space. Under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in when Kari bumped against the poles as he moved about. So this boy is saying he lived in a pavilion. Kari lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps. The thatched roof was supported by thick stumps of the trees, that means thick trunks of the trees, so that it did not fall. What did not fall? The thatched roof did not fall when Kari bumped against the poles as he moved about. Bumped against means if Kari hit the poles of the pavilion where he was supposed to stay, then the poles of the pavilion would not fall. That is why the poles were made up of strong trunks of trees. The pavilion was made up of thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall. The thatched roof did not fall if Kari hit against the poles as he moved about, as he moved inside that area. One of the first things Kari did was to save the life of a boy. One of the first things Kari did was to save the life of a boy. Kari did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day. Now see how much can Kari eat. Kari did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. Every day, I used to take him to the river in the morning for his bath. Every day, his keeper or his friend, you can say, took Kari to the river to give him a nice bath. He would lie down on the sand bank. Now, did Kari enjoy bathing? Yes. He lay down on the sand bank while I rubbed him with the clean sand of the river for an hour. So Kari enjoyed his sun bath. He would lie down on the sand bank, and the keeper or his friend used to rub his body with clean sand of the river for an hour. After that, he would lie in the river water for a long time. After that, he would lie in the water for a long time. On coming out, his skin would be shining like ebony. What is ebony? Ebony is a hard black wood. Hard black wood. So you must have seen the color of the elephant. The elephant is darker grayish in color, towards black, isn't it? The color is towards the darker side of the gray, or you can say blackish gray. So when this elephant would take a good bath in the river, his body, his skin used to shine like ebony, like hard black wood. And he would squeal. That means he would cry out. He would take out his trumpeting sound. He would squeal with pleasure as I rubbed water down his back. Elephants always enjoy bathing, children. If you have seen any elephant near the riverside, you will see that elephants enjoy bathing. They throw a lot of water on their body and they enjoy this. So similar was the case with Kari also. He used to cry out, he used to take out loud sounds, showing that he was very happy with pleasure as I rubbed water down his back. Then I would take him by the ear. That means the keeper or his friend used to hold the elephant's ear. Then I would take him by the ear, because that is the easiest way to lead an elephant, and leave him on the edge of the jungle while I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner. So after having a good bath, where did Kari go along with his keeper? Kari used to go to the jungle, where he was left by his keeper, by his friend at the edge of the jungle, at the starting of the jungle, and the keeper used to go inside the forest so that he could bring some tasty, juicy, small twigs for this elephant to eat. Because we have read in the starting of the chapter that elephants like eating juicy or soft, luscious twigs. I am reading this line again. And leave him on the edge of the jungle while I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner. One has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. Now what is a hatchet? Hatchet is an axe. It is a sharp instrument which is called an axe, and it is used to cut small twigs which can be given to animals. So the keeper is saying, or his friend is saying, one has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet, because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. Mutilated means if in any case or in any sense it is destroyed or it is de-shaped, it is torn, it is de-shaped, it is destroyed, then the elephant will not eat those twigs. The twigs should be neatly cut. Cut by what? By the hatchet. They should not be destroyed. They should not be disfigured. Otherwise, the elephant would not eat it. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. It was not an easy job to get twigs and saplings for Kari. It was not easy. It used to take a very long time searching for tiny, luscious, juicy twigs. Cut the twigs with a sharp axe or with a sharp hatchet, then see that they are not mutilated, they are not disfigured, they are not destroyed, then the elephant would eat it. So the keeper is saying it was not easy to get twigs and saplings for Kari. What are saplings? Small plants, tiny small plants are called saplings. I had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. So the keeper says that it was not easy to collect twigs and saplings for Kari. He had to climb all kinds of trees to get most delicate and tender twigs, because he had to climb trees, then he would search whether a particular twig was fit to be eaten by Kari or not. Was it juicy enough? Was it soft enough? So it took a long time. I had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. As he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches, I was gathering some one spring day in March when I suddenly heard Kari calling to me in the distance. I am reading this again. As he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. That means banyan tree, if you have seen children, banyan tree becomes a very huge tree. And it grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. That means bunches of leaves, fresh leaves, and small and big branches grow together, and finally the banyan tree takes the shape of a huge tree, full of leaves, full of branches everywhere. So this so many leaves and branches of the banyan tree has been termed as cathedral of leaves and branches. I was gathering some. What he was gathering? He was gathering some branches of the banyan tree. I was gathering some one spring day in March when I suddenly heard Kari calling to me in the distance. As he was still very young, the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. When the keeper heard Kari calling, he felt that it looked as if some baby was crying, some baby was calling, and it was not looking like the call of an elephant. Why? Because till now the elephant was small enough. He was not a grown-up elephant. I am reading this line again. As he was still very young, the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. I thought somebody was hurting him. So I came down from my tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him. But he was not there. Now, what was the keeper doing at this time? Remember, the keeper was trying to find out some soft branches of the banyan tree which he could give to the elephant for feeding as his food. So when he was on the tree cutting some branches of the banyan tree, he heard the elephant calling. As soon as he heard the elephant calling, he came down from his tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where he had left the elephant. But he was not there. Who was not there? The elephant was not there. I looked all over, but I could not find him. Now the keeper was worried. His friend, the keeper, was worried. Where has the elephant gone? He was not at that place where he had left him. I looked all over, but I could not find him. I went near the edge of the water and I saw a black something struggling above its surface. Now, where was the elephant? The boy, the keeper, went near the edge of the water and he saw something very strange. He saw that something black in color was struggling above the surface of the water. There was something black in color, and the boy could see that that black thing was trying to was struggling to come out from the surface of the water. Then it rose higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. Then it rose higher. What rose higher? That black thing which he saw on the surface of the water, that thing rose higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. I thought he was drowning. I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pounds of him, since he was much bigger than I. Now, when the keeper saw the trunk of his elephant, he felt that his elephant was drowning. He wanted to jump into the river to save his elephant's life, to save the life of Kari, but he did not do so because he thought that he is small. He is not so big that he can save the life of a 400 pounds heavy elephant. It was nearly impossible for him. So he was standing there helpless. I was helpless because I could not jump into the river and save the 400 pounds of him, since he was much bigger than I. But I saw his back rise above the water, and the moment he caught my eye, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. Now what happened? But I saw his back rise above the water. Suddenly the keeper saw the back of the elephant rising above the water, and as soon as the elephant saw his keeper, as soon as they had eye contact, as soon as the elephant saw his keeper, what did the elephant do? He began to trumpet. He shouted loudly. He began to trumpet loudly and struggle up to the shore. He wanted to come to the shore, so he was struggling to come to the shore as soon as possible. Then, still trumpeting, he pushed me into the water, and as I fell into the stream, I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. Now, if you have read the chapter, children, then you also must have seen there's a picture in the chapter showing this scene, that the trumpet is calling his keeper, and he is dragging his keeper also inside the river, because there is a boy who is lying at the bottom of the river, and the elephant wants to save the life of this boy with the help of his keeper. Now, in our next class, children, we are going to do from here. Did the elephant succeed in saving the life of this boy? Did the elephant, along with his keeper, save the life of this boy finally, or they were unsuccessful? This we will do in our next class. Now today I am giving you some questions which you have to do in your classwork copy. The first question is, the enclosure in which Kari lived had a thatched roof that lay on thick tree stumps. Examine the illustration of Kari's pavilion and say why it was built that way. Now children, I have read the question. I am reading out the answer to you, but if you want to see this video again, you can see the video again later on to write down the answer. I am dictating the answer to you, okay? I am reading the question again, then I will explain what does the question mean. The enclosure in which Kari lived had a thatched roof that lay on thick tree stumps. Now we have read in the chapter that the enclosure means that closed area where Kari lived was made of thatched roof, and the thatched roof was supported with thick tree stumps, thick trunks of the tree. Examine the illustration of Kari's pavilion. That means the writer is asking us to examine, to think about the description of Kari's pavilion and say why it was built that way, why it was supported by thick tree trunks. So your answer will be like this. Firstly, you will write the first line of the question as the first line of your answer. The enclosure in which Kari lived had a thatched roof that lay on thick tree stumps. This much you will copy down in your copies as the starting of your answer. Then your answer will continue after the full stop. It was built in this way so that it might not fall when Kari would bump against the poles. Remember, in the chapter we have read that it was supported with thick tree trunks so that the thatched roof would not fall if Kari would push it a little bit while going inside or coming out, or if Kari would bump his body, strike his body against the poles, then also neither the pole will fall down nor the thatched roof will fall down. So the answer will be, I am repeating the whole answer once again. The enclosure in which Kari lived had a thatched roof that lay on thick tree stumps. It was built in this way so that it might not fall when Kari would bump against the poles. This is your whole answer. So this you will write in your fair copy. Now next question. Did Kari enjoy his morning bath in the river? Give a reason for your answer. Very simple question. If you remember, we have read in the chapter that Kari used to enjoy having a bath. He would lie down on the sand. He would remain in the river water for about an hour. Remember? So your answer will be yes, Kari enjoyed his morning bath in the river. This again I have taken from the question. The first line of the answer, children, is from the question again, like in answer 1. So how will you write? Yes, Kari enjoyed his morning bath in the river. Then you will describe. You will describe what happened when he was taken for his morning bath. He lay down on the sand bank and let his friend rub his back. I am repeating. He lay down on the sand bank and let his friend rub his back. He would even lie in the river for a long time. He would even lie in the river for a long time. He would squeal with pleasure when water was rubbed down his back. He would squeal with pleasure when water was rubbed down his back. So this is your answer. If you want, you can see the same answer from your chapter also. Same things are written. Only remember, always write your answers in indirect speech and in past tense. So for your convenience, I am reading this whole answer once more. Yes, Kari enjoyed his morning bath in the river. He lay down on the sand bank and let his friend rub his back. He would even lie in the river for a long time. He would squeal with pleasure. Instead of squeal with pleasure, you can also write he would cry with pleasure when water was rubbed down his back. Now question number 3. Finding good twigs for Kari took a long time. Why? Again, a question which you can easily answer, because in the chapter you have read that elephants don't eat mutilated twigs. They don't eat those twigs which are disfigured or they are torn or they are destroyed. They eat finely cut twigs. How they are cut? With an axe or with a hatchet, we have read in the chapter. And the twigs should be finely cut so that they are juicy, they are soft, and they are not mutilated. So finding twigs for Kari took a long time. Why? You will describe everything. I am telling you what exactly you have to write down. Again, your answer will start from the question, children. Finding good twigs for Kari took a long time. This line you will copy down as the first line of your answer. His friend had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs for Kari. I am repeating. His friend had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs for Kari. If a twig was mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. I am repeating again. If a twig was mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. So, a sharp hatchet had to be used to cut down these twigs. So, a sharp hatchet had to be used to cut down these twigs. Hence, it was not an easy task to collect good twigs